Hello and welcome to Bollywood Hungama's Hangout. This is the show where stars meet the fans and fans get to meet their favorite stars. I can see a lot of excitement in the room. Let's make some noise if you want to meet Shahid Kapoor and Kriti Sanon. So much excitement to see you guys. They've been waiting long. Guys, finally they're here.
How are you guys doing? Very good. Traffic मिला सबको क्योंकि मेरे यहाँ पे तो सबको मिला. But so nice to have you all here, and I hope you guys have liked our trailer. I don't know if you've seen the new song, but we're really excited to meet you all here.
Right. Shahid, you want to say a quick hi? A lot of them have come for you.
What's up, guys? We're super happy to be here. I want to thank all of you. No, we are happy to be here. We are super happy to be here, and I want to thank all of you all for coming today and looking forward to having some fun. Yeah? All right, let's have fun.
Right. Guys, okay, guys, some silence so that we can have a good discussion. What we'll do is, this is the flow. We will talk about your movie, we'll talk about the music, we'll talk about your roles, we'll play some games, and then what they have come for is they want to ask you a question, give you some gifts, and for that you all have to wait because I keep that in the end. Otherwise, you all will run away. Yeah.
I don't think they'll run away, but let's start.
Okay.
Maybe that's happened with you in the past, but we'll ensure it doesn't happen today, Rohit. Don't worry.
Guys, I'm going to take you back when the concept of this film started because it's not a usual concept. It's very unusual. When you went to the Maddock office for this project, what was the first thing you were told and what was your reaction when you were told you are not human?
I think I was not told anything.
Okay.
So I was just like, ek kahani hai. It's like fresh and young and like just listen and see what you feel. That's how it was. And when I started hearing the script, firstly, I started laughing. और इनका एक ट्रेलर में एक्सप्रेशन है ना, ये मेरा एक्सप्रेशन था. तो जब मुझे पता चला, तो that was my expression. I was like, what the hell? Seriously? Is that even possible? And I really was very intrigued. I wanted to know what happens. What I like is that it's something that, I believe can possibly happen in the future. There are robots that have gotten residency in Saudi. We did not, मतलब कई साल पहले मैंने तो नहीं सोचा था कि I can talk to someone staying, miles away, like on FaceTime. I had not thought of that. I had not thought of holograms. I had not thought of virtual reality and a lot more. AI is really doing amazingly well and it's just growing really fast. So yes, it was believable, and I'm an engineer. So for me, I was like, हाँ ये तो हो सकता है. But I'd love to see what I feel for them. And as the story progressed, I felt genuine romance, and at a point I was questioning myself कि मैं चाहती हूँ कि ये एक साथ हो, ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? And जैसा कि हम बोलते हैं impossible love story, I really wanted to see if that is possible or not. And also I feel in every Maddock film that I've done, there is something that the story says at the end, but it says it in such an entertaining manner that it's not gyan, but it's just a thought, it leaves you like with something that when you go back home, and that was there in this one also. And of course, the excitement of playing a robot, but not having a reference point, because this is not a robot like how we've seen robots in films. This is a robot that is so close to being a human being that someone like him, a character like him that is super intelligent in the film, doesn't really get to know that she's a robot, till he's told. So she is that good, and they've worked that hard to create a robot that's so close to being almost human but is not human.
Wow.
So it was a thin line, and that's what was exciting for me. It was challenging but exciting, because I was like, I can't be absolutely human, but I have to be human enough for him to not know and fall in love with me.
Right. Shahid, a lot of fans here, they look forward to your movies. Ask everyone will have a different favorite Shahid Kapoor movie. What goes on to signing, when you go ahead to sign something, what all goes through your mind saying, ab ye karun, ab ye alag kuch karun?
I just don't like doing the same thing again and again. I know for many actors, stars, not actors, that's the formula to success. and maybe from a very business oriented mindset or from a collections, numbers, association, relatability mindset, I guess that makes a lot of sense. But I'm not that guy. I'm fundamentally creative at heart, and I didn't take this job up to make safe decisions and to play safe and to do the same thing again and again. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. I wanted to do something new and challenging every time. I wanted to not know how something will turn out and go through that journey of discovery. I'm okay to fail. I don't have a problem. I think failure teaches you a lot. And I think I've worked for over, I think, what, 20 years now. So I've had my fair share of failures. And now that I look back, I'm like, yeah, I think I learned something from that. And eventually it is your long term growth that defines your career trajectory. I think in today's time, people are thinking very short term. And everybody has a 2 year plan or like a 3 year plan. And those are the people who have a plan. There are a lot of people who don't have a plan only. Like, कल देखेंगे उठेंगे देखिए क्या होगा यार.
I don't think I
You
have
know,
a plan.
being an engineer, you don't have a plan. No wonder you're an actor. So for me, it's always about feeling challenged myself as an actor and feeling like I don't know how I'm going to do this. Because if I don't know how I'm going to do it, I know for sure they don't know what I'm going to do with it, right? So I have the advantage of surprising them. And also, it gives me the advantage of growing because growth only happens when you do things you haven't done before. Success chart can rise, but the growth chart is dead. And then after a certain point in time, if creatively you have nothing new to offer, for sure you'll just like you'll be last season. Like there'll be nothing new about you anymore. And that happens with actors. Suddenly you feel like, अरे यार बहुत ये देख लिया यार ये थोड़ा टाइम मजा आता था अभी बोर हो रहा है. And that's my fear because as an audience when I would go to the theater, it's happened with me. To some of my favorite stars, I have got bored of them and I'm like, I don't want to watch him anymore, man, because he's just doing the same thing. Ho gaya yaar, you know. So for me, that feeling helped me understand that that's not what I want to do. So I'm going to keep trying different things and new things. And I think when I started in 2003, I did Ishkwish. That was my first film. And after that, this word came, this chocolate boy. And I was extremely like, मतलब मेरे को ना बुरा लगा.
They
I was
love
like,
it,
यार
यार.
तुम लोगों ने मेरे को चॉकलेट बॉय बना दिया. ये होता क्या है बॉस ये चॉकलेट बॉय, you know? I was like, चलो कैडबरी वैडबरी का endorsement तो मिल जाएगा. But उसके आगे क्या? You know, I was like, नहीं, मैं सिर्फ ये नहीं है. ये भी है, मुझे एक्सप्रेस करना है अपने आप को, मैं एक आर्टिस्ट हूँ. यू नो सिर्फ विजुअल ग्रेटिफिकेशन का सीन नहीं है, अब काफ़ी हो गया है, वो टाइम पे इतना था भी नहीं, देयर वाज नो इंस्टाग्राम एंड ऑल, अभी तो सब विजुअल ग्रेटिफिकेशन ही हो गया है. बट एट दैट टाइम आई वाज लाइक नहीं, आई एम नॉट हियर जस्ट फॉर दैट. या आई लुक गुड, आई बी माई बेस्ट, आई लर्न हाउ टू ड्रेस बेटर, व्हाटएवर. बट that's just the first layer, right? Where is the second layer, third layer, fourth layer? How do we go deep, you know? And so I started looking for things like that and changing myself. Like in Kamine, I completely changed myself. Like, नहीं मेरे को नहीं करना वो वाला, you know, clean shaven and all, नहीं चाहिए वो, you know, let's change it. And that for me became very exciting. And I'll say this again, I've said it a few times before. My father said this. You know, बेटा जिस दिन एक्टिंग करना शुरू कर दोगे ना, शेर के मुंह में खून लग जाएगा. जो उससे जो खुशी मिलेगी ना, वो किसी और चीज़ से नहीं मिलेगी. तो समवेयर इन द मिडल ऑफ माई करियर मेरे साथ वो हो गया. तो अब मुझे वही चाहिए, इवन दो आई एम वेजिटेरियन.
Right, you know what he's saying is so important. Visual gratification is something so instant now. Instagram pe we get the likes, we get the views, and that's it. We think we've arrived, we've made it. Kriti, you know, to you also, when producers, directors come to you, is it a challenge? And what would you like to tell the people who are coming in the future to look more than visual gratification and the looks, and you'd like to do a lot more?
See, on screen, honestly, I like doing characters when I cannot see Kriti in them, you know, like the first thing that actually helps you get into a character is the look of it, you know. And I remember जब मैं बरेली की बर्फी जब मेरे पास आई थी, उससे पहले like I think people were like, you know, I don't know, like even बरेली की बर्फी के टाइम पर lots of people had this question कि why her, you know, she is such an urban looking girl, ये small town से लगती नहीं है, ये कैसी दिखेगी small town में, ये blend in कैसे होगी. मुझे ऐसा लगता है hair, makeup, costume कुछ भी कर सकता है. It can really transform you into anyone you want to look like. It's their job, you know. My job is to act. My job is to feel like the character, to play the character. But I really believe that today we've come so far that, you know, we can do anything. I can look like anyone you want me to look like, you know, and that's the amazing part of it. When you can't see me in the character, that's when it's amazing. So many times I'm a Punjabi girl, you know, when I did Panipat, someone was like, "Are, you know, Marathi kaise lagegi ye?" You know, you can look like whoever you want. You just need to feel the character. After Bareli ki Barfi, I was only getting small town roles. Suddenly, I was like, "Abhi mujhe urban karna hai. Abhi, can we go back, please? Can I wear like good clothes?" but I think eventually it's the character that you're playing. You know, that's what excites you. I mean, the biggest gratification I've gotten is for Mimi. It's not like a visually, you know, sexy looking girl. It's not, you know, it's, I was pregnant, I was 15 kilos up. You know, I was probably my like highest weight. Like I've not been that weight ever in my life. And to willingly do that, and I was just, I mean, the director had to just tell me कि आपको 15 किलो वेट बढ़ाना पड़ेगा बिकॉज मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप फेस से प्रेग्नेंट लगो. बेली वेली तो हम दे देंगे ऑब्वियसली, बट यहाँ से जो प्रेग्नेंट दिखते हैं वो दिखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. एंड नॉट वंस इट केम टू माई माइंड कि मैं कैसी लगूंगी, you know, क्या होगा, अरे my fan following and all. No, I just feel like when you connect to people's hearts now, when you connect to their, when you make them feel something, when you make them, you know, just like cry with you, I think that's what matters a lot. So yeah, and I do feel that the generation now and the coming generation after, it's a little scary because we're all living in this world of filters. We're all living in this world of wanting perfection. कोई filter के बिना डालता ही नहीं है कुछ. मैं भी कई बार use करती हूँ. It's not like I don't. But I just feel that we have to sometimes just come out of it and be like, yeah, I like myself the way I am. You know, you have to sort of, that form of self-love needs to happen because it's important. Otherwise, you're never going to be happy with yourself. You would want a filter in real life, you know, which cannot happen. That's not life. So yeah, that is scary, but it's important. It's
Right.
important to reflect.
Shahid, you know, what is your take on AI? You know, clearly future is AI. आधा काम AI कर देगा हमारा, you know, आगे जाके पता नहीं हम भी interview
एक सिंपल काम करते हैं, यहाँ पे पूछते हैं, how many of you have used chat GPT?
Oh my God.
Does that answer your question? पैन कर बेटा, उनका देख कितने हाथ उठाए हैं. कोई है कैमरा तो दिखाओ वहाँ पे.
Yeah, वो है, वो
तेरे
है.
पास है कैमरा, ठीक है.
Yeah.
Once more, how many? Do you like it? Better than human beings? See, I've answered your question.
Yeah, that's scary, right?
That's the world we live in, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the world. That's true.
Right.
Also, when we're like on a dining table, when you're eating or when you're with people, when you're with your friends, also sometimes for lunch, dinner, whatever, I feel I've seen so many times where I'm like, guys, leave your phones. You know, everybody is so glued to their phones. I think we're looking at phones and talking to our phones way more than
Okay,
we're
let's
talking to
vote
human
it right
beings.
now because you said guys look at their phones. How many of you feel like do boys look at their phones more
guys,
or
I
या
meant like
लड़कियां
guys,
ज़्यादा
girls.
देखती हैं?
I meant guys, girls. Guys was like guys.
Taking forward what you said, ज़्यादा लड़कियां देखती हैं, लड़के देखते हैं फोन ज़्यादा. Guys.
Guys.
और आप तो देखती नहीं होंगी. आप तो बस 2-3 दिन में एक बार फोन उठा लिया. ये मेरी I fight with Meera every time about this. हमारा झगड़ा ये होता है. I'm like, she's like, you never have time for me. I'm like, okay, babe, put my phone down. Then I'm waiting for her. She's on her phone for 15 minutes. Then after 15 minutes, she looks at me and says, what? I said, nothing. I have time for you. She's like, yeah, I just have 2 more things to do. Just 1 second. ये बहुत important है. You know, so we're all doing that to each other, right? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. When I do interviews at a lot of OTT
But
office.
I want to ask, because you asked me about AI, I want to ask you guys, okay? हमने तो ये फिल्म बना ली है. Obviously, that means कि हमें लगता है that this is a possibility. Of course, Hindi film है, entertaining है, fun है. You know, you cannot fall in love with somebody जो
Am I doing
That's
in this film?
that's the point. I'm doing it sometime in the film that you'll see. But the point is, अगर कोई वैसा रहेगा तो अभी प्यार तो नहीं हो सकता ना उससे. प्यार तो उसी से हो सकता है जो लगता है कि ये तो इंसान ही है ना? So, do you feel this is something you will see in your life? That there will be something where AI is almost as real as a human being? Or do you think it is something जो आपके बच्चे देखेंगे? Because we are saying अगर 20 year के विंडो में है, 25, 30 years के विंडो में है, तो आप लोग देखोगे, right? अगर 50 years के विंडो पे है तो शायद आप में से कुछ लोग नहीं देखोगे.
हम बेसिकली बोल रहे हैं कोई तो देखेगा.
नहीं, क्वेश्चन ये आपको लगता है, do you think you'll experience it?
Yeah, raise your hand who will experience this in our, yeah? Okay.
I think सब लोग ऐसा बोल रहे हैं कि हो तो जाएगा, but यार मेरे को ऐसा ना, I'm not sure if I like this, you know, कैसा होगा?
Okay, I want to ask you something.
बेटा ऑफ बटन है, समझ गया? जब भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ ऑफ करना.
So like what he said, I want to ask you something. हमें हमेशा अपने पार्टनर में कोई ना कोई फ्लॉज लगते हैं यार, ये बहुत अच्छा है, ये बहुत अच्छा है, पर ये ना आई विश ये चेंज हो जाए, आई विश ये ठीक हो जाए, यू नो, probably he'll change over time or probably she'll calm down over time or whatever, right? अगर हमको almost human feel का पार्टनर मिले जो एग्जैक्टली आप प्रोग्राम कर सकते हो आपको कैसा चाहिए, योर परफेक्ट मैन और योर परफेक्ट वुमन, यू नो, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वुड एक्चुअली वांट टू गो फॉर इट? सिर्फ लड़कियों के हाथ खड़े हो रहे हैं, ऐसा क्यों? लड़कों की कमी आई नो गाइस है.
लड़कों का ना अलग ही सीन चल रहा है. उनका ये है, एक से बोर हो गया तो फिर क्या करो, ये सीन चल रहा है इनका कि यार ये थोड़ा बोरिंग मामला हो गया. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, आई फील दैट द वन थिंग यू शुड नेवर डू विद अ वुमन is bore her. I think the one thing that women hate is boredom. If you keep them entertained, they're interested. You can be very nice also, but they can lose interest in you. Because इतना nice है यार.
यार जो जोर जोर से
अभी इसका और क्या करें, है ना? ये niceness का भी बोर हो गए यार. थोड़ा तो bad होना चाहिए, है ना? थोड़ा झगड़ा करेंगे, झगड़ा करके डांट देंगे, फिर उसको सुधार देंगे.
Right. You know, it is when we go to offices of OTT platforms where, you know, there are no cameramen. यहाँ पे cameraman है, वहाँ पे automatic cameras record कर लेती है. We've seen online there are virtual news anchors and, you know, virtually like they read the news and all that. So I may not be there in the future. Cameramen will not be there in the future. Cameras will be operated on their own.
सबकी नौकरी जा रही है.
Editing automatically phone पे apps पे हो जाती है. Isn't this scary also in a way? Like apart from all the benefits and all that fun that we can have, isn't this scary?
See, most things that are inevitable are scary, but they're inevitable. जो होना है वो होना है. So जो होगा वो होगा.
You lived this character. You tell us. Can you fall in love with someone who's a robot, who's exactly like you want? Can you?
See, you're assuming that that is the story of the
No,
film,
I'm-
right? ऐसा don't मतलब
अच्छा.
all I will say is that जब आप फिल्म देखोगे आपको समझ में आएगा क्यों हुआ, कैसे हुआ, क्या हुआ, उसके पहले क्या हुआ, उसके बाद क्या हुआ. So मैं ज़्यादा फिल्म रिवील नहीं करना चाहता,
Okay.
क्योंकि जब हम इस फिल्म को प्रमोट करने वाले थे हमारा फर्स्ट कॉन्वर्सेशन यही था कि यार ऑडियंस को बताएं कि ये रोबोट है या फिल्म में आके उन्हें डिस्कवर करने दे कि वो एक रोबोट है. तो हमें यही फील हुआ कि you know that's the safer route, right? Like let them discover it in the film. उनको लगेगा शायद कृति है, लव स्टोरी है, फैमिली है, कॉमेडी वॉमेडी है, चलो भाई. बट हमें ऐसा लगा कि हमारी फिल्म की यूएसपी यही, इस वजह से हमने फिल्म बनाई है. हमने ये फिल्म इसलिए बनाई है बिकॉज इन द जॉनर ऑफ लव स्टोरीज एंड इन दिस वर्ल्ड दैट पीपल लाइक टू वॉच, जहाँ पे लड़के लड़की को प्यार होता है, फैमिली होती है, नॉर्मल थिंग्स, नॉट प्लेन्स उड़ रहे हैं या यू नो कुछ बड़ा एक्शन चल रहा है या गैंगस्टर. इट्स लाइक रिलेटेबल, राइट? हम सबके जीवन में ये होता है. सो उस यूनिवर्स में हमें ऐसा लगा कि ये कुछ नया है. बिकॉज क्या कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होगा, यस्टरडे कृति वाज सेइंग दैट कि फिल्मों में क्या कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है कि पेरेंट्स को प्रॉब्लम है. बहुत सारी फिल्में देख ली, ठीक है, यू नो गैंगस्टर्स आ गए, उन्होंने लड़की उठा लिया, अभी तो हीरो गैंगस्टर हो गए हैं, तो अब क्या करें. सो यू नो, सो यू रन आउट ऑफ थिंग्स टू डू इन अ लव स्टोरी एंड दिस इज व्हाट वाज न्यू. सो वी पुट इट आउट देयर एंड वी वांटेड पीपल टू नो कि ये कहानी है. सो वी हैव टोल्ड यू द व्हाट, नाउ इट्स अबाउट द हाउ. How did it happen? And we don't want to tell the how during this
And also
interview.
what all happens. Like in the trailer, we say Sifra meets the classic Indian family. What happens when that happens? You know, so
Not to the
there's a
family.
lot.
What happens to Sifra?
And Aryan.
लड़की का क्या हाल होता है?
This decision of whether to put this in the trailer or not, who all are, you know, of course, you all are involved, you all are the lead cast of this. What goes into that decision? Who was saying let's not put out of all of you?
I don't think anybody was saying let's not put.
It's a open conversation, right? I think eventually आपको वो करना पड़ता है जो आपको लगता है वर्क कर रहा है. जब आप ट्रेलर भी बनाओगे तो इवेंचुअली उस ट्रेलर में आप क्या बोलोगे ऑडियंस को? आप क्या छुपाते रहोगे कि आपकी फिल्म की थीम क्या है, फिर क्यों बनाई फिल्म? तो यू हैव टू बी ब्रेव एंड यू हैव टू पुट इट आउट देयर. एंड आई थिंक आज हम उस माहौल में हैं जहाँ ऑडियंस ये कह रही है यार कुछ नया दे दो यार, यू नो गिव अस समथिंग न्यू. और बोरिंग नहीं लगना चाहिए, ज़्यादा ज्ञानी नहीं लगना चाहिए, पर एट द सेम टाइम सुपरफिशियल और एम्प्टी भी नहीं लगना चाहिए. सो आई थिंक हमारी फिल्म के साथ उल्टा प्रॉब्लम है. जैसे मैंने जो पहले फिल्में की हैं, जैसे हैदर है, उसमें प्रॉब्लम है यार अच्छी तो होगी बट थोड़ा मतलब सीरियस होगी क्या? दैट इज़ द क्वेश्चन, राइट? सो यू हैव टू बैलेंस दैट फैक्टर दे. इस फिल्म में ऐसा है यार फन तो लग रही है लेकिन क्या स्टूपिड सी होगी यार, मतलब लॉजिक नहीं होगी इस फिल्म के अंदर. तो वो क्वेश्चन आपको आंसर करना है, वो तो थिएटर में ही आंसर होगा. बट एटलीस्ट हम आपको ये बताना चाहते हैं कि हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट नया है, कुछ अलग है. द मूड ऑफ द फिल्म, द फील ऑफ द फिल्म, वो तो आपको शॉट से, परफॉर्मेंस से, टोनालिटी से मिल जाता है, लेकिन यू हैव टू पुट योर कॉन्सेप्ट आउट देयर. सो इवेंचुअली एवरीबडी वाज इन अग्रीमेंट कि हमें ऑडियंस को ये बताना तो चाहिए कि हमने ये फिल्म क्यों बनाई है. फिर उनके ऊपर है उनको कितनी अच्छी लगती है, कितनी बुरी लगती है, हाँ होता है, ना होता है. कुछ लोग पहले दिन आएंगे, फिर जो लोग पहले दिन फिल्म देख के बाहर आएंगे वो बताएंगे यार अच्छी थी कि बुरी थी. फिर जो लोग थोड़े से स्केप्टिकल है बोलेंगे यार सब अच्छा बोल रहे हैं, चलो जाके देखते हैं. So every film has its own journey of how it grows and why it grows and how fast it starts, how fast it dies. And it's actually the graph of a film that defines whether it has been liked or not. Because देखना अलग होता है और पसंद होना अलग होता है. वो दोनों चीज़ें अलग होती हैं. तो I will always want people to like my product, not just watch my product. You know?
Also, I feel like the trailer, हालांकि हमने बताया है कि रोबोट है, काफ़ी सारे क्वेश्चंस आई एम श्योर सबके दिमाग में आते हैं कि अरे यार ये कैसे हो रहा है, या ये हो गया और फिर भी रोबोट है पता नहीं चला है. ऑल ऑफ दैट आई फील ऑल दोज क्वेश्चंस आर आंसर्ड इन द फिल्म. एवरी लिटिल डिटेल जो आपके दिमाग में होगा कि पर ये कैसे नहीं पता चला, वो भी हमने आंसर किया.
मैंने देखा है कुछ लौंडों का रिएक्शन, यू नो, यूट्यूब वीडियो वाले जो होते हैं थोड़े, भाई ये शाहिद कपूर ने रोबोट के साथ सब कर लिया भाई, और भाई को पता ही नहीं चला कि भाई ये रोबोट है, ये क्या हो रहा है. एंड आई एम लाइक जो भी है तू आ तो रहा है बेटा ये पिक्चर देखने, क्योंकि तुझे मतलब चिपक तो गई है ये बात, यू नो. अब मुझे भी ऐसे ही लगा जब मैंने स्क्रिप्ट सुनी, मुझे भी ऐसे लगा भाई ये हो क्या रहा है. बट जैसे जैसे फिल्म प्रोग्रेस करती है, जैसे जैसे फिल्म आगे बढ़ती है, आई थिंक आपके काफ़ी सारे क्वेश्चंस आंसर होंगे. और जैसे कृति कह रही है कि इन अ फन वे, विदाउट गेटिंग ज्ञानी अबाउट इट, काफ़ी रिसर्च की गई है, काफ़ी सोचा गया है. ऑफ कोर्स यार हम आपको हर चीज़ वो दिखाएंगे जो आप रोज़ लाइफ में एक्सपीरियंस करते हो तो मज़ा नहीं है ना. कुछ तो ऐसा होना चाहिए जो आपको लगता है कि यार ये पास है लेकिन मैं शायद एक्सपीरियंस अभी नहीं कर सकता. तो वो दैट इज़ व्हाट दिस फिल्म इज़ लाइक. ये 10 15 20 साल में हो सकता है, आज होता तो क्या होता. दैट्स द फिल्म, यू नो, दैट्स व्हाट इट्स अबाउट.
Right. Kriti, you know, when you're playing a robot, like now we know what she is, what, you know, how do you prepare for a role like that? Because, you know, she's looking in the camera and saying with all emotions, robot hona buri baat hai kya? You know, that, now I can't make out that.
She's not looking at the camera, she's looking at me.
She's looking at you always. So, you know, when you
Always.
when you're saying that, you know, it has so much emotion as if she's a human being. So,
But I want to ask you that is that her real emotion or is she acting like she's emotional?
उसके लिए मैं पिक्चर देखूंगा.
Exactly. तो वही है, वो क्या उसकी रियल इमोशंस है, एक्चुअली इमोशंस आ रही हैं, या फिर सब प्रोग्रामिंग है, क्या है. सो दैट्स व्हाट्स इंटरेस्टिंग, दैट्स व्हाट्स ट्रिकी. जैसा कि मैंने कहा, मेरे पास कोई रेफरेंस पॉइंट नहीं था. जितनी मैंने रोबोट की फिल्म्स देखी हुई है उसमें वो रोबोटिक तरीके से ही बात करते हैं, राइट. सो दिस बीइंग सो क्लोज टू बीइंग अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, थैंकफुली आई वाज नॉट टॉकिंग लाइक
हाय कितनी क्यूट है, प्यार हो गया.
Yeah, so she's so close to being a human being, but there are a lot of things that is, you know, there are a lot of things which are very human to do, you know, which she will not do. She would process things faster.
अच्छा
you know,
बता, और
things
मत
like
बता,
that.
और मत बता, और मत बता.
So ये आप जब देखोगे आपको ये फील होगा कि कुछ तो है, पता नहीं क्या है.
ट्रेलर में काफ़ी फनी मोमेंट्स भी है. आप यू ऑल बोथ गॉट टू नो ईच अदर. वन क्वेश्चन आई वांट टू आस्क यू कि आपने एक दूसरे के, शाहिद के रियल लाइफ में क्या क्या टंटे हैं, आपको पता लगा? शायद आप भी बताइए कृति के क्या टंटे हैं.
अच्छा वो पहले उससे पूछ लिया. She'll have to give a measured answer.
now
So I
you'll
also
have-
give a
yeah.
measured answer.
क्या नोटिस किया, क्या टंटे हैं?
एक तो इनको इनके बाल हमेशा परफेक्ट चाहिए होते हैं.
काट दिए. Next
थैंकफुली
बताओ.
काट दिए.
Next बताओ. काट
मेरे
दिए.
साथ पिक्चर में काट दिए होते तो अलग बात थी, बट हाँ मतलब परफेक्ट चाहिए होते हैं. वो एक बाल इधर इधर, तो ये मतलब
अब 42 पे हैं तो हैं ब्रो, उसको एंजॉय करेंगे.
और मैं ऐसे टंटे नहीं कहूँगी,
ओके.
लेकिन मैं बहुत सवाल पूछती हूँ, मेरे बहुत सवाल होते हैं. मैं हमेशा आई एम अ क्यूरियस
यहाँ होना
पर्सन, आई एम अ क्यूरियस पर्सन. And when I went on set, I've said this before, I met my guru and I was like, oh my god, मेरे तो सारे सवाल ये पूछ रहे हैं, मुझे तो पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है कुछ.
ये इतनी क्यूरियस है कि कल हम फ्लाइट पे चढ़ रहे थे, जयपुर जा रहे थे, और इसने पूछा हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं. मैंने कहा गोरेगांव जा रहे हैं.
That was a
ये
joke.
चाहती थी कि हम प्रमोट करें और मैं बोलूँ हम जयपुर जा रहे हैं ताकि लोगों को पता चले हम जयपुर जा रहे हैं. ये बाद में इसने मुझे फ्लाइट पे बताया.
थोड़ा स्लो है ये, थोड़ा नॉट लाइक सिफ्रा.
स्लो.
राइट. शायद क्या टंटे हैं?
कृति के टंटे. कृति के टंटे, कृति के टंटे।
एक ऐसा जो
What is कृति के टंटे? ये खांसती रहती है, इसकी एक हाँ खा ये अच्छा एक सेकेंड इसको क्या बोलते हैं?
इसको गला साफ करना बोलते हैं।
नहीं उस क्या क्या बोलते हैं? गला साफ। हाँ लड़के को तो बेटे मैं तो कड़िया से पूछ रहा हूँ, तू तो कृति की बात ही मानेगा। पॉइंट 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 है, शी इज राइट।
बट मैं कब करती हूँ ये तो बताओ।
हर टाइम तो मुझे नहीं पता, मेरे सामने कब करती हूँ उतना बता सकता हूँ।
हाँ, आपके सामने।
हाँ मेरे सामने हर शॉट से पहले इनका ये
रोल कैमरा पे करती हूँ बेसिकली।
चाहे हम रोमांटिक शॉट कर रहे हो, कुछ भी कर रहे हो, यू नो वी आर सपोज टू लुक डीपली इनटू ईच अदर्स आईज। रोल साउंड ये I'm like, या कृति इट्स ओके, आई एम अ गुड एक्टर, कंटिन्यू, मैं कर लूंगा। तो एक तो या इनकी ये
So when we-
गला साफ करने की आदत है, खांसने की
So
आदत
when we started shooting,
है। और भी हैं।
नहीं मैं इसी को elaborate करी। When we started shooting, roll camera से पहले, just so that my voice is clear and you know my dialogues are clear, I have this psychologically, it's like मैं dubbing studio में घुसती हूँ तो मेरा गला
कल जब हम जयपुर में घूम रहे थे, गाड़ी के अंदर भी तुम ये कर रहे
नहीं, तब मेरा सच में गला खराब
हाँ एग्जैक्टली। जब गला खराब होता है तो ऑल द टाइम करती हैं, जब गला खराब नहीं हो।
by the third, fourth day, even he was doing before the take. He's like, "What have you given me?"
आई एम लाइक अ मिरर, जो मुझे दोगे मैं वापस वही दूंगा, दैट्स माय पर्सनालिटी। और इनके क्या टंटे हैं? इनके
काफी है।
इनके सब दो टंटे तो इनके पीछे खड़े हैं। कहाँ हैं एड्रियन और आसिफ? इनके सबसे दो बड़े टंटे वो हैं। टंटाज
क्या करते हैं?
आओ हाय बोल दो यार। नहीं इनके
I don't
इनके
think they
टंटों के भी टंटे हैं, वो नहीं आएंगे। नहीं वो इनके इनके टीम के हिस्से हैं, इनकी फैमिली के हिस्से हैं, इनके जान के टुकड़े हैं। और उनमें से एक जो है वो ब्लोअर पे हवा बहुत अच्छी तरीके से देते हैं। तो जब हम यू नो वो लाल पीली अखियाँ जो गाना हमने किया है ना, उसमें एक शॉट है कि मैं इनके पीछे से बाहर आता हूँ, ओ घूमे दुनिया जी, घूमे गलियाँ जी। मैंने इनके 150 बाल खाए हैं उस शॉट में। जब मैं बाहर आऊँ वो हवा मारेगा आसे, घूमे दुनिया जी, कट 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 कट, यू नो। फिर आफ्टर फ्यू टेक्स इनके बाल इतने स्टिकी हो गए कि उन्होंने बोला लंच ब्रेक, मैडम के बाल में सलाइवा लग गया है, अब सलाइवा निकालने के बाद हम करेंगे शॉट। तो ये इनका दूसरा टंटा है, इनके बालों में हवा चलती रहनी चाहिए, चाहे ये कॉप्स के अंदर ही मरी हुई क्यों ना लेटी हो, लेकिन अगर वहां गाना स्टार्ट हो गया टंग 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 बाल उलने चाहिए।
गाना
Okay?
स्टार्ट हो गया तो
हाँ।
देखो, मैं पूरी फिल्म में हर सीन में मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता मैं कैसी दिख रही हूँ, क्या बाल है, किधर है, क्या है। आई डोंट डू टच अप, आई हेट टच अप। मैं अपनी टीम को दूर से ही बोल देती हूँ दूर ही रहो। बट अगर सॉन्ग
दूर से ही बोलेगी ना दूर ही रहो, अगर पास है तो कैसे बोलेगी दूर ही रहो?
सॉन्ग शूट है, थोड़ा ड्रामा, दैट्स द मोमेंट, यू नो, दैट्स द मोमेंट व्हेन यू नीड दैट एनर्जी। आई थिंक आई गेट एनर्जी विद द ब्लोअर, सो आई नीड दैट। और आपके जितने बाल नहीं है, नहीं तो नहीं मांगती।
ये अच्छे टंटे हैं, इट्स फन। चलो वील मूव ऑन।
हाँ इनका एक दूसरा टंटा ये है।
बस शाहिद, बस
नहीं एक
बस बेटा,
एक
बस अगले इंटरव्यू के लिए भी कुछ बचा ले।
calm down।
शायद हैम्पर मिल जाएगा, एक और टंटा बताओ।
हैम्पर है?
हाँ हैम्पर।
पहले क्यों नहीं बताया?
हाँ टंटा बताओ।
पहले बताया करो यार, गिव द कैरेट, डैंगल द कैरेट बिफोर वी गेट ऑन द
अब
ट्रेडमिल।
मैं बता रहा हूँ हैम्पर है, और एक टंटा बताओ।
और एक टंटा कृति का ये है नहीं इनका सवाल जवाब का थोड़ा टंटा है कि ऐसा है, क्यों है,
You of all the people
कैसे
cannot
है?
say this.
किस लिए है?
You of all the people
लेकिन-
cannot
You
say
were
this.
saying- You
लेकिन
asked
मैं
a lot of questions.
मगर तुम सुनो तो नहीं, लेकिन ये इंटेलिजेंट एक्ट्रेस हैं, यू नो, इनके पास इंटेलिजेंट सवाल हैं, यू नो। तो अगर किसी को भी डाउट हो कि इंटेलिजेंट है या नहीं क्योंकि कितनी खूबसूरत हैं, तो फोकस ज़्यादा उस पर जाता है, तो लाइक नो वो ठीक है, मैं इंटेलिजेंट हूँ। तो सवाल एक जवाब दो, सवाल जवाब, लंबी खामोशी होते रहता है।
We move on to the rapid fire. किससे शुरू करूं? You all want to tell me? Okay. चलो शायद आपसे शुरू करेंगे। पहले ही बता रहा हूँ।
ये अच्छा मतलब ये मेरे को ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा, सब लोगों ने ज्यादातर ने मेरा नाम लिया, लेकिन क्यों लिया? डू दे वांट हर टू हैव द एडवांटेज और दे एक्चुअली वांट टू हियर मी फर्स्ट? वो मुझे समझ में
पता
नहीं
नहीं,
आया।
देखते हैं। हैम्पर तो है, तो पहले ही बता रहा
The
हूँ।
first one, see, I love you guys. My God, I'm emotional.
क्या?
I love you guys.
You want to give her the advantage?
हाँ
Give. Where is it?
You go first.
ओके
Whatever the audience wants.
चलिए पहले ही बता रहा हूँ, हैम्पर है तो आंसर्स उसके हिसाब से।
पहले बताओ हैम्पर में क्या है?
वो आपको ही पता लगेगा. शायद 3 things that you look forward to in a script before signing.
इंटरवल तक मैं बोर नहीं हो जाना चाहिए. मेरा ये रूल है कि
Okay.
अगर मैं फिल्म इंटरवल तक सुनता हूँ और अगर इंटरवल तक मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही है, मैं बोलता हूँ नॉट फॉर मी.
Okay.
बिकॉज अगर इंटरवल तक आई एम नॉट इन.
Right.
ओके. Secondly, element of surprise. Definitely. Am I surprised when I'm hearing the subject? And third, of course, what I can do as an actor in it. That's fundamental.
Right. How would you describe Kriti in 3 words? Tough question again.
Beautiful. Talented. Very quirky personality.
Okay. Okay. If you get a robot in real life, what are the 3 features that robot should have?
On-off button तो already है, bro.
हाँ, on off button.
Personal programming भी already है. Customized होगा what I want. हाँ.
कुछ चाहिए ऐसा जो
इसे elaborate
उसके
करके
अंदर ना
बोलिए।
उसके अंदर ये क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए कि कभी कभी वो अपने प्रोग्राम के बाहर जाके कुछ करे अनएक्सपेक्टेड.
What?
हाँ.
Scary,
तो ये तो
yeah.
ह्यूमन लाइक फील होगा ना.
हाँ.
नहीं तो इफ यू कैन गेस एवरीथिंग तो ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर द मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग. दे सरप्राइज यू व्हेन यू लीस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड. यू नो, तो वो तो होना चाहिए, नहीं तो इट गेट्स बोरिंग. बाकी इट शुड नॉट ऑलवेज लिसन टू मी.
आपको बेसिकली
Yeah,
रोबोट
you
नहीं
don't
चाहिए.
want a robot,
You
yeah.
don't want a
ऑन ऑफ
robot.
बटन चाहिए. ऑन ऑफ बटन नहीं मिलता इंसानों में, वो चीज चाहिए. बाकी सब इंसानों जैसा चलेगा. सिर्फ कभी कभी ऑफ करना मांगता है बॉस. बस.
अगर ऑन ऑफ बटन इंसानों में होता तो उसका सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज आप क्या यूज करते? किसके साथ? कि 2-3 दिन सो जाओ.
सबके साथ बेटा. जितने लोग मेरी लाइफ में आते उनके साथ मैं एक्सरसाइज करता. ऑफ कोर्स, व्हाई नॉट.
Yeah.
और अपना ऑन ऑफ बटन में ना कुछ ऐसा ऊपर एक लॉक वॉक लगा के सील करके कुछ ऐसा कर
कोई
देता.
आपको ऑफ नहीं कर
नहीं.
सके. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how tech savvy are you? 10 being the maximum.
I have
Don't say anything. It's not your rapid fire.
proof. Huh?
I'm
Okay,
10 on
but
10
we
savvy.
will-
Don't say anything. It's not your rapid fire.
I've experienced something yesterday. You know that.
No, I think I'm a 5 on 10. मेरी
Okay.
डिजिटल टीम वहाँ खड़ी है, ऐश्वर्या, who handles my digital team.
हाँ.
वो ऐसे ना मुझे बच्चे की तरह ट्रीट करती. शाहिद, that's not how it happens. I will send it to you in steps. फिर मेरे पास एक WhatsApp आता है. Step 1, go into settings. Step 2, la 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 la. Step 3, then I will do it wrong and then I'll call her. ऐश्वर्या यार, ये जो तूने भेजा है बिल्कुल वर्क नहीं कर रहा है. Then she comes, she does it in front of me and she says, हो गया, here you go. जैसे मैंने recently एक ये चीज़ की थी कि मैंने अपने फ़ोन के ऊपर से सारे सोशल मीडिया ऐप्स हटा दिए थे. यू नो, आई वाज लाइक बहुत टाइम वेस्ट होता है, इट्स टू एक्साइट. तो मैंने अपने आईपैड पे डाल दिया. राइट, आईपैड आप पूरे टाइम लेके नहीं घूमते हो, तो आई स्पेंड एन आवर एंड हाफ ऑन माई आईपैड. आई चेक व्हाट आई नीड टू चेक. राइट, बट मैंने अपने फ़ोन से हटा दिया. तो उसके बाद कल ऐसा हुआ कि मैं कुछ स्टोरीज अपलोड करने की कोशिश कर रहा था और हम लोग प्रमोशंस कर रहे थे ना, वी वांट टू पुट आउट कंटेंट एंड ऑल. और आई थिंक हम लोग प्लेन में थे और 1.5 घंटा लगा मुझे 3 स्टोरीज अपलोड करने में, बिकॉज मेरा आईपैड एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं कर रहा था मेरे फ़ोन से एयर ड्रॉप. यू नो, सो आई एम दैट काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन.
And you know, it was a story that he had
not
taken.
very good.
It was a story that he had taken. तो I was like, हाँ ठीक है, you post, I'll restory it and all. Then हो ही नहीं रहा इनके फ़ोन से, तो हो ही नहीं रहा, पता नहीं क्या हो गया था. And then finally I was like, शायद मैं पोस्ट कर दूं क्या, आप रीस्टोर
ये
कर
देख,
दें.
अभी
And
ये-
he becomes sulky then. हाँ ठीक है, do it. हाँ ठीक है, do
नहीं
it.
नहीं, ये इसका वर्जन था. ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ शी सॉ द सिचुएशन. आई शो यू हाउ आई सॉ द सिचुएशन. ओके, सो ये नहीं हो रहा है. क्या हुआ, क्या हुआ? Oh, who does this, yeah? Like now you want to airdrop to your
He was
iPad.
airdropping something
Then
to
after
me,
that- then
and
after
I
that-
was airdropping to his
Achha.
iPad. It was like
One second. So then after that,
passing the parcel.
so then after that, she's like, so now what do you want to do? Should I post it? Should I post it?
Correct.
I'm like, I looked at her.
I
like,
was being
no, no,
very
no. You know,
sweet.
you've taken the video. You should post it. You should post it. It's okay.
I was being very
5 seconds
sweet,
later.
very genuine.
Should I post it? I'll post it. No, you want to post
Because
it?
I was
Okay,
like,
okay.
flight चली जाएगी, अभी नहीं पोस्ट होगा तो
कहाँ
दूसरे
चली
नहीं post
जाएगी?
होगा.
कहाँ चली जाएगी?
जयपुर जाम जा रही
1.5
थी.
घंटे की फ्लाइट है, क्या हो जाएगा? 1.5 घंटे बाद डाल देंगे.
Okay, so Aishwarya is a 10, you are a 7, you are a 4, 5, whatever.
Not 4, bro.
What?
5, 6.
No,
4
if
पे
I'm
मत
a
जा.
7 bro,
Below
you're a
average
4.
मत जा यार. 5 के नीचे है.
If I'm a 7, you're a 4.
Why are you a 7?
100%. He
It's
told
my
me I'm
rapid
7.
fire.
Yeah.
बंद
But
करो
why
ये
did he
लोग.
call me 7?
Because at least you were trying and you...
देखा? इसके लिए पिक्चर मस्त है.
Okay.
Go for सिफरा.
The silliest robot theory you've heard, कि you know, आगे जाके दुनिया रूल करेंगे, whatever. Anything that robot की कोई
रोबोट
theory...
दुनिया रूल करेंगे. कर ले भाई, इंसानों से तो नहीं हो रहा है. We are really sucking at it. तो रोबोट कर ले ब्रो.
Right. One robot...
कुछ प्रोग्रामिंग, कुछ लॉजिक तो होगा, समझ में आएगा. अच्छा भाई, इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा है. क्योंकि अभी समझ नहीं आ रहा हो क्या रहा है.
Well done. This is a hamper winning answer, guys. Okay. Tell us one thing you got to...
मेरा रहने देते हैं.
One robot-based movie that you liked, enjoyed.
One robot-based movie,
Just
that
like a robot.
Terminator, man, that was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like one of my favorites. Yeah.
Right.
I
One,
also really enjoyed this film called Her. I don't know how many of you guys have seen it. Joaquin Phoenix and the voice of Scarlett Johansson, which is amazing. And yeah, I loved it.
right. One advice you would like to give a guy who wants to date Kriti.
Be sweet.
Things in the rear view mirror are closer than they appear to be.
Oh. Okay.
Exactly. सबने बोला oh, I was like मुझे खुद नहीं पता मैंने क्यों बोला ये लोग क्यों बोल रहे क्या what do you think it means? What do you think it means?
ये ट्रिक आंसर था, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं था.
Exactly, but it sounded great. They also oh.
Right.
Some answers are just for effect.
Lastly, one feature that phones should have in the future that you would like.
They should be able to read my face, and if I am not enjoying the conversation, it should say network. क्या बोलते हैं वो? अभी
Out of
अभी
network, yeah.
network coverage area के बाहर आहे. Like they should automatically do that. So I don't have to act and do hello, yep. Okay.
You do that a lot?
I guess now the people who know.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that.
Good, you said it in the interview. अभी सबको पता चल गया. Kriti, ready for
तेरे
your...
साथ ये बड़ा हुआ है, तूने ये बड़ा पर्सनली ले लिया.
हाँ, मैं क्योंकि कल कर
You
रहा
do
था
that a
ऐसे
lot?
phone पे. शायद
इसका
you're coming
मतलब
for
वो
the
भी
show
यही
ना?
कर रहा था मेरे साथ.
I was like, शायद you're coming for the show. Hello,
Was I
Rohit?
here?
Huh?
Am I here? Yes.
Right. Kriti, how would you describe Shahid in 3 words?
Intelligent. Talented.
You have to win the competition. Don't be nice. वो अगले इंटरव्यू में
Quite
करना है.
hot.
Ooh, चलो ये तो okay. If you had a robot on a daily basis in the day, how would you use your robot? What would you make your robot do?
On a daily basis, I mean, I would make the robot do everything. But
Everything
everything.
or most things.
Everything.
Everything. Okay then. All
You
the
can
boys.
go wherever you want.
यहाँ पे
to.
जितने भी लड़कियां आए हैं कृति सनोन से मिलना चाहते हैं, please leave. Because the robot will do everything.
Right. But like what?
That's my answer. Everything.
Everything.
You can go wherever you want.
Okay. Okay.
Open to imagination.
What's the most used app on your phone?
WhatsApp.
One popular belief about you that people think, but you think it's not true. लोग सोचते हैं कृति ऐसी है या कुछ है आपके बारे में, but you're not like that.
लोग सोचते हैं कि मैं बहुत कम खाती हूँ और मैं हमेशा डाइट पे रहती हूँ. मैं कभी डाइट पे नहीं रहती हूँ. And I'm sure he'll agree to that. He's seen me really eat.
Yeah, she eats. She eats.
If a robot falls in love with you and the day you find out, what will be your reaction?
What Shahid's reaction was.
My reaction was for some other reasons as well. Not just that.
Yeah. For every reason.
One robot film that you enjoyed.
There's this film XMasina, which I really liked. I really like that film. If you've not seen it, please go watch it.
She told me to see it actually. I saw it after we finished the film, but I really enjoyed it. It's a really nice film.
Right. A lot of engineers do
It's basically
well.
about a machine who's your XMasina.
It's definitely
really not about that, guys.
Please go watch it.
Right. Engineers do well in almost every field when they leave engineering and go. What is the reason for that?
Many engineers don't know what they want to do. So they find out a little later, like
Oh,
me.
that explains
Yeah.
it.
But engineers are always very curious, like me. So I feel like whenever you have to grow in life or whenever you have to grasp things or learn something new, you have to be like curious. Also, हमारे 3 महीने में 4 बार एग्जाम्स होते थे, तो प्रेशर में काम करना आता है.
You know, when you were told this character is a robot, the 3 things you kept in mind about body language or something.
Now this I can't use. You must watch the film.
Okay.
I can't like tell you what I did as the character, but do
Okay.
go watch the film. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those characters that I didn't know what I was going to do till I actually did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you said you ask a lot of questions to people, what were the 3 questions you asked your director when you heard this?
ज़्यादा robotic तो नहीं हो रहा है. Every time I used to do something, I would be like, ज़्यादा robotic तो नहीं हो रहा है. And then ज़्यादा human तो नहीं हो गया है. This used to be like always going on.
ये डायरेक्टर जो नए डायरेक्टर थे वो हमेशा उनके
Observe.
he wears glasses like this, very cute. He is a cute guy, and Aradhana is, they're together as a duo, and she would come and say, I feel ना मैं बहुत robotic कर रही हूँ, don't like. It's like, okay Kriti, okay. Then she'd come back, कैसा था? बहुत अच्छा था. फिर शॉट देखिए, ये बहुत ह्यूमन हो गया, ये बहुत हो गया. Okay Kriti, okay. तो यही होते रहता था. But it's tough, right? I mean, that is what makes it so difficult, and you need to find a middle ground. You know, so that's something that I think she has done in a really good way. Like,
Nice. Lastly, the one thing that actors should learn from Shahid Kapoor, someone who's starting out, what is it that you observe that, wow?
To continue to rediscover yourself. I think that is something that is rare. Most people get laid back. Most people get like very pompous about themselves. कि हाँ ये मुझे तो आता है, you know, like that. And most people get comfortable.
Right.
You know, so I like the fact that he's still hungry. He's trying to do something different every time, and he's still all in for the scene. You know, it's always like even though sometimes it was a little annoying, but I think even on my shots, like my close-ups, he would go to the monitor and see the take. So I think to have that about the entire scene and not just you, that's a big deal.
Well done. Both of you get a hamper. Big hand.
Did I feel, or he asked me less number of questions? Not that I want more, but still.
I can ask you 10 more
No, I don't want you to.
But I just decided that you've won, and I also know that we are running short because they have a lot of questions.
you have decided. मैं pressure डालता तो मुझे जिता देता यार. ये तो देखो ये होता है life.
दोनों जीत गए. Okay, so
अभी देख दोनों जीत गए, हो गया, balance हो गया. Pressure works.
Right. इधर हमारे पास ऐसा कुछ fighting नहीं है. सब जीतते हैं. जो आता है जीतता है. Kritika Goyal is a travel influencer. She's come here and she has some questions.
Very nice to meet you. And since I live and breathe travel, I'm going to ask you a couple of travel related questions. So, firstly, I know you both travel a lot for work. So, what's the coolest place that your work has taken you, whether for this movie or some other movie?
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them. I so many. You wanna name
Mine
them?
would be less, but yeah, मैं थोड़ा
Why
भारत
will
दर्शन मैंने
yours
ज़्यादा
be less?
किया है. मैंने भारत दर्शन ज़्यादा किया. I must say Kashmir firstly. I think it's very beautiful, and I recently went to Manali, which was like childhood for me. But Budapest was really pretty.
Nice. I haven't been. I should visit. And what about you?
You know, it's very difficult to choose one. I started my career and मैंने ज़्यादा इंडिया के बाहर गया नहीं था, बजट नहीं था. तो पहले तो मैं साउथ अफ्रीका गया. I went to Cape Town. So I loved Cape Town, and that's like a strong memory because you know जब आप पहली बार कहीं जाते हो, जैसे ये बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ है. वो टाइम पे जब आप पहली बार कहीं जाते थे तो आप एक्चुअली पहली बार कहीं जाते थे, क्योंकि अब आप पहली बार कहीं जाते हो आप 25 वीडियो देख चुके होते हो उसके, और फिर आप यूजुअली वहाँ पहुँच के बोलते हो यार इतना अच्छा भी नहीं है यार, वीडियो में बैठा था, you know. हाँ. So for me, I would say Cape Town because
You
it
know,
was
I've never been to Cape Town, and we were supposed
to go to Cape Town.
and then it got cancelled. मेरा
And,
Cape Town
yeah.
का कुछ है ऐसा.
Yeah, but it's a very beautiful place. So that's a strong memory. So I'd say Cape Town is one of the nicest places that I've been to.
That's nice. Both places I haven't been to actually, so need to visit. Another thing I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you're big foodies, but is there any food dish or cuisine that you discovered through your travels that you now love?
I mean, India, you get some really good cuisine. Yeah, I mean, so yeah.
But anything new that you discovered like abroad?
I had
travel?
paella for the first time when I went to
Spain.
Spain. I think I was in Barcelona. That's how they like to say it. And it was very interesting because it was close to Indian food. And I started missing Indian food. एक दो दिन के बाद ना मुझे ऐसा लगता है थोड़ा यार कुछ Indian खाना है मुझे. You know, little old school vibes. So I liked it.
I think, I mean, I can't think of a dish like that, but honestly, my palate was very restricted. Like because I'd not gone abroad, and you know, I have a very Indian palate. So I never liked sushi, you know, and I think with this profession, the perks are also that you get to travel a lot, you get to like meet a lot of people, and you try things. So I think I sort of developed a taste for sushi while I was like, you know, filming and stuff. I used to be like, ये कैसे खा सकता है कोई? You know, it's so bland.
But यार honestly, जो Chinese खाना इंडिया में मिलता है ना, वो abroad vibe नहीं होती.
Desi Chinese.
Desi
yeah.
Chinese is the vibe,
Chindian.
bro. Chindian.
That's what they call it.
Chindian. अगली फिल्म का टाइटल.
Okay, one
Single
last.
word. तेरी बातों में ऐसा उलझा जिया नहीं. छोटा.
One last question. What's the most adventurous thing you've done on a trip? Like anything extreme adventure sport or something that scared you, but you did it and you really enjoyed it?
I done skydiving,
Oh,
which was
nice.
like on my bucket list.
Awesome.
And I did it pretty recently. And that 7 to 10 seconds of free fall is like, I mean, it's great. You feel like, oh my God, you've done something. but it's quite uncomfortable. Like, I was like, I don't think I like this feeling, but it was really, really, like, it was something I was like, oh wow, I did it. You know, there's a certain fear that you overcome. Every time you overcome some fear, there's a part of you that just feels really confident. So, yeah, that.
Yeah, where did you
Dubai.
do it? Dubai. Nice. Oh, that's where I first went skydiving also. Nice. And what about you?
Well, I like to ride. So in Germany and Austria, there are no speed limits. So we were riding
The Autobahn.
slightly fast. And
Nice.
we were scraping pegs. You know what scraping pegs is? Anybody here rides? Yeah, देखो यार कोई भी ride नहीं करता है. Basically, when you lean the bike so far that the pegs of the bike where you keep your feet,
Right.
they touch the ground.
Oh.
And then you can see sparks flying and stuff. So that's called like scraping pegs. So we did a lot of that at very high speeds, like 180, 200. Like we were like, that's a really fun memory.
Yeah, sounds fun. All right, thanks so much. This
Thank
was really
you.
fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, I think it's a little obvious, but yeah. First, I'd like to ask a question.
Would it be amazing if she says it's a little obvious and gives it to me?
So I feel bad now. But my question is that a lot of your roles they require significant emotional and physical transformations, right? So how do you prepare for that role, like both physically but also like mentally?
It's about your level of awareness and it's about your level of dedication. Okay, I think those two things, because sometimes आपको पता ही नहीं होता है कि इससे ज़्यादा भी कुछ हो सकता है. But if you keep chasing something, if you have the need, अगर आपके अंदर ये ख्वाहिश है कि आप किसी चीज़ को और समझना चाहते हैं और समझना चाहते हैं और समझते रहना चाहते हैं जब तक आप उसकी गहराई तक ना पहुंच जाएं. अक्सर ऐसा प्यार में होता है कि आप किसी को और जानना चाहते हैं और जानना चाहते हैं जब तक वो आपको घूम कर नहीं कहे कि मुझे इस दुनिया में आपसे ज़्यादा शायद कोई नहीं जानता. कभी कभी लोग ये भी कहते हैं यार तुम तो मुझे उतना जानते हो जितना मैं खुद अपने आप को भी कभी कभी नहीं जानता. सो वो प्यार होता है जब आपको किसी चीज़ से बहुत मोहब्बत होती है. जैसे मुझे फिल्म मेकिंग से और एक्टिंग से बहुत मोहब्बत है तो मैं और गहराई में जाना चाहता हूँ. कैरेक्टर्स की गहराई में, इंसानियत की गहराई में, फीलिंग्स की गहराई में, पॉसिबिलिटीज़ की गहराई में. तो आप उसको और चेज़ करते हो और चेज़ करते हो और चेज़ करते हो और आपको रियलाइज़ होता है कि द ब्यूटी ऑफ क्रिएटिविटी इज़ दैट इट नेवर एंड्स एंड इट ओनली इनरिचेस. तो आई थिंक प्यार और क्रिएटिविटी दो ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिनकी गहराई में आप जाते जा सकते हो लेकिन आपको कभी उसका बॉटम नहीं मिलेगा. सो यू आर सबमर्ज्ड इन इट एंड यू कैन कंटिन्यू.
I think physical transformation is something which you just need like the correct guidance and the correct amount of time. I always make sure that I've only genuinely done it once majorly for Mimi, but I wanted to make sure that I don't have like okay एक महीने में 15 किलो बढ़ाना है. I had like some 2.5 months where I could like spread it around because it can really be very unhealthy. Shortcuts are not good. So you have to do it with the correct guidance and the correct amount of time. So that is for physical transformation. But emotional, I just feel like of course, how he said you have to live with it for that long. For me, what I try and do, many times actors kind of define their process where it's like, okay, this is how I work or this is how I prep, and you kind of set it. I feel like I don't want to set how I prep or how I would approach a scene. There are so many times where someone says like try this and I ठीक है अगर help नहीं भी हुई तो भी it doesn't matter but हो गई तो magic हो जाएगा. So sometimes to try something different, not your normal approach. Like I used to always feel that I can't go back to my emotional memory. पहले जब मैं आई थी नई तो ऐसा सुना होता है सबने कि आपकी लाइफ में कुछ इमोशनल हुआ है तो उसको सोचो और फिर यहाँ पर आकर रो and all. I tried to do that. Like I literally had a fight with someone and I was crying in the vanity. And when I came, I was like, yes, I have an emotional scene. I'm going to like go back to what I was feeling. And I just couldn't feel it. And I was like, okay, this doesn't work for me. I need to like just think about the character and I need to think what I'm feeling as the character. And that's what works for me. But when I was, for example, doing Mimi, there was one emotional scene which was like an outburst where she puts powder on her face, she's looking at herself in the mirror, and that was like the peak of her breakdown. And I don't know, I just felt like, okay, let me try this again, maybe in a different way. And one emotional memory that I had, which like I had some time, so I was like, okay, let me just see what happens. And I kept going to it and kept almost psyching myself with that emotional memory, like pictures, videos, all of that. Heartbreak सबका होता है, सबको पता है क्या बोल रही हूँ मैं. But I kept doing that, and I was feeling a lump in my throat, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling it. And then they said, Kriti, ready. And I walked from my vanity to the location. While I'm walking, gayab. I was like, oh shit, again, I'm not feeling it. What is this? I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Okay, when I reached set, I'm like, no, I need to go back to how I normally behave. Let me just think about Mimi, what Mimi is feeling. And I went back and I started thinking about that. And there was a point where I screamed in the shot, like in the shot. When I screamed, something came up, वो जो मैं खुद को साइक कर रही थी, कुछ प्रिपेयर करने की, और मुझे लग रहा था नहीं वर्क कर रहा है. Something came up, and for the first time it happened with me that I kept crying even after cut, which I thought will never happen to me. Because I was like, this is not the way I function, So sometimes you gotta just open up the knots and be like, okay, I don't want to be tied. Let me try something different. हुआ तो हुआ, नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ. And I think that felt like magic. I was like, ये जो इस take में हुआ है सर वापस नहीं होगा. So I think sometimes to just let go, not have a process, to find the process while you're going for it, I think that sometimes it leads to magic.
Shah, you want to give your obvious letter? I'm hugging you because I'm moving in something. Yeah.
Hi Kriti, hi Shahid. So
Hi.
the trailer looks amazing. So the question is, how did you actually feel after winning it? And what message you would like to give the young Kriti who never dreamt of something big like this, but she's done it?
I think she did it because she did dream.
Yeah.
So I think I believe in dreaming big. I believe in manifestation. I believe in nothing is impossible, and you just have to be at it and not give up. That's the most important thing, because there's always a lot of noise. There's always a lot of chatter around you of, do this, do that. Okay, no, this is a big dream. No, you don't come from a film family. You will get lost in Mumbai. What if something doesn't happen? We're always thinking of what if it doesn't happen. I think we never think of what if it happens, So I think it was a beautiful feeling. There's nothing that I can say that will actually describe it. More than anything, what I saw on my parents' faces when that announcement happened, my dad, I saw him like just jump up from the bed with like emotional, eyes. My mom was in a salon, with her head like that, and I've called her and I said, Mom, I just got a call and I won the national award. And she was like, prank to nahi hai koi? So, ऐसे तो नहीं call कर लिया किसी ने. But when I told her that I came from the ministry and it really is happening, she came in wet hair, back home. She didn't even wait to dry her hair and all of that. And she just came dancing, literally dancing to me. I think that feeling when you see in your parents' eyes, that pride, that was like the best feeling. I cannot describe it. And of course, it's something that I had actually written in a diary to win a national award. I have this little diary of like dreams and stuff that I want to do. And I had written to win a national award. This I wrote in 2020. And in 2021, I wrote multiple. So I think never stop dreaming is what I would say, to my younger self in general.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shaista, and personally, I'm a social media manager and a sports athlete. So my question is to you, Shahid. You said you love bike riding. So that is something that already answered my question, the first one. Second one is, with social media, you have to constantly stay relevant. So I want to know, because I genuinely love your social media reels, and with Meera, I love them.
Thank you.
So I know there's a team involved, but you always have a twist. Like every trend, you do it in your own way, And from like your first movie to Chup Chup Ke, like I love that. That's my guilty pleasure. I still watch it. I love that movie.
Meera started showing Chup Chup Ke yesterday to my kids.
Wow.
And I was in Jaipur. And then my kids had a lot of questions. And I said, Beta, ये film मैंने सोचे समझे बिना कर ली थी. मुझे माफ कर दो मेरे बच्चों. But I guess that's a film that's fun for kids. But
Correct.
I have very
They're
mixed
like, why is
feelings
father
about that
talking
film.
like that?
They're used to me. They know मेरा बाप ऐसा ही है, क्या करें?
Correct. So all these years, 20 years, how have you stayed relevant? And with social media, what takes, when you have to create those reels in your way?
Yeah.
What goes through the whole process? Like, what's the process like?
See, बचपन में हमने एक कहानी सुनी थी ना about the sheep and the lion or the sheep and the wolf.
Correct.
Either you become the sheep and you just follow
Correct.
where everybody is going, or you are your own person, you find your own path and you carve your own path.
Correct.
पहले वाला ना बड़ा easy होता है because इतने सारे लोगों ने कर लिया है, like there's a friend of mine, उसको trekking बहुत पसंद है, ठीक है, तो उसने मुझसे एक बात कही, said शायद मैं हिमालयाज में जाता हूँ and 99% जो लोग होते हैं वो रूट्स ट्रैक करते हैं जो कोई और ऑलरेडी ट्रैक कर चुका है, तो उनकी जब लिस्ट ऑफ अचीवमेंट्स होती है उसमें ना बड़ी सारी चीज़ें होती हैं, मैं यहाँ गया, मैं ओ वाह 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 वाह, इससे 1% लोग होते हैं जो वहाँ जाते हैं जहाँ कोई नहीं गया है.
Correct.
And that is who they are because उन्हें वो करना अच्छा लगता है. I think I fall in that category as a person.
True.
So all the good things in my life come from that and all the problems also come from that. We all have something called dopamine. Do you know the difference between dopamine and serotonin? Okay, dopamine is like a spike. It's pleasure. Okay, you feel very happy, but then it goes away. And you feel extremely happy, and then it goes away, and then you want to feel that again. So you start chasing that. Serotonin is happiness. Happiness is like tides.
Yeah.
It rises up and it stays there, So I always look for serotonin,
Yes.
happiness, and social media is all about pleasure because इतने likes हो गए, ये हो गया, हो गया, so वो बहुत dangerous है. तो मैं वो करता हूँ क्योंकि it's fun, but that's it. मैं उससे ज़्यादा I don't like to
So you
engage
don't
in
put
that
too
too much.
thought into
So
it.
to be relative, you must learn to be new, and you must learn to be yourself, and you must be unafraid to express yourself.
express yourself.
Otherwise, you can't stay to be relevant. So I think relevance comes from longevity.
Correct.
Either you can be flavor of the season, or you can be you,
You can be you.
and you'll stay you.
That's
So
what
I'd
you're
rather
about.
be me.
Thank you for all your, entertainment all these years.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. Hi, ma'am. So, Shahid, sir, I'm
I'm loving this. पता नहीं किसके लिए roses.
So, sir, my question is to you. Like, you have become vegetarian. So, how did you build that Udta Punjab body, like in a vegetarian diet? What?
अरे vegetarian ये क्या concept है कि आप vegetarian हो तो body नहीं
So,
बनती,
like,
ऐसा नहीं
was
होता है
it
यार.
challenging or easy to build that body?
It was very challenging क्योंकि I was playing an addict in that film. So the type of body जो मुझे बनानी थी वो ऐसा body builder type नहीं बनानी थी. तो हमारा काफ़ी लंबा डिस्कशन हुआ था कि यार शुड ही बी स्क्रॉनी लीन, मतलब एकदम जैसे होता है व्हेन यू आर वेरी वेरी एडिक्टेड ऑन सब्सटेंस, आपको भूख नहीं लगती है तो आपका वेट बहुत कम हो जाता है और आपका मेटाबॉलिज्म बहुत हाई होता है बिकॉज योर ब्रेन स्टार्ट्स वर्किंग एट अ वेरी हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी और व्हाटएवर. लेकिन ही इज़ ऑल्सो अ स्टार, तो उसके अंदर एक स्टार पर्सोना, एक प्रेजेंस होनी चाहिए ताकि जब वो स्टेज पे तो आप यू कैन फील लाइक उसकी पर्सनैलिटी है. तो लाइक ऑलवेज यू हैव टू कस्टमाइज द फिजिकलिटी एंड द फेस to the personality and the requirement of the character. Not कि मुझे मेरी body ऐसी अच्छी लगती है तो मैं ऐसे. So जब मैंने कबीर सिंह की थी, there was this whole portion जब वो पागल हो जाता है एकदम, तो वो बिना कपड़ों के पागलों की तरह घूम रहा है, and he's out of shape, But that is actually acting. बाकी सब हाँ ठीक है, बॉडी बिल्डिंग है, ये है वो है, बट कैमरे के सामने आपको एक्टिंग करनी है, पर्सनल लाइफ में आपको जो भी करना हो. तो फॉर मी इट्स वेरी मच कि फिल्म की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, रोल की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, रिलेटेबिलिटी कैसे होगी, बिलीवेबिलिटी कैसे होगी. बट येस, इट वाज अ लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Kriti and Shahid. I have a question for Shahid, but it's not related to movies. So I'm a parent too. So which is why my question is to do with parenting. So Shahid, what do you think about equal parenting? In your household, would you say that you and Meera observe equal parenting?
That's a great question. Okay. अभी क्या है, it really comes down to what is your definition of equal parenting. Can I be a mother? I can't. I can't be a mother. And I don't think a mother can be a father also to some degree. But I think मेरा point of view ये है कि माँ होती है बच्चे के लिए और the child comes from the mother. So universe has created that bond in a way, it is above every other bond. So I don't think anybody can fulfill the responsibilities of a mother, fortunately or unfortunately. Fathers also have responsibilities, but I think as a father you just can't do what the mother can do. मेरे बच्चे मुझसे बहुत प्यार करते हैं, शायद मैं उनका मीरा से थोड़ा ज़्यादा फेवरेट हूँ, लेकिन जब मीरा चली जाती है ना तो उनका फंक्शनिंग नहीं होता है. So it's like the mother is the it's literally like the ground under your feet. You never appreciate it till it's gone. जब वो चला जाता है तो आपको समझ में आता है अरे यार I was taking this for granted, you know. So I think the mother's role is just too superior, you know, as far as responsibility and sharing is concerned. You know, it's tough. I'm a greedy father, you know. मुझे अपने बच्चों के साथ टाइम बिताना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. So I need my children. I don't know how much they need me, but I need them. I love being with them. I love spending time with them. I'm a very family-oriented person. कई सालों तक मेरी पहली प्रायोरिटी मैं था, मेरा काम था. But of late I feel I am not my own first priority. And I actually really love that.
You know, I actually really appreciate that about him. I think when we started shooting about this film, with this film, मुझे suddenly I was like 6 बजे का call time है, 5 बजे का call time है. I was like इतना सुबह का call time क्यों कर रहे हैं हम? And then they told me because Shahid wants to wrap up by 6 so he can go and meet his kids before they sleep. And I was like, I'm going to come whatever time you ask me to come. Because I think that's
उसके अगले 50 दिन सुबह 7 बजे कृति कॉफी का मग लिया हाथ में. Good
I
morning.
take time to
Good
adjust
morning,
to the
Shahid.
clock. And then you would start your Punjabi music and we
Yeah,
would be
we'll
fine.
be fine. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
My name is Tara. And my question is for the both of you that there are various movies and various characters that you have played. So, is there any particular role or a character that you really resonate with and is pretty similar to how you are in real life?
I'm just like Tommy Singh. You want to answer that first?
It's a little tough because I think no character is like exactly similar.
सिफरा जैसी है ये बिल्कुल.
Okay.
सुपर इंटेलिजेंट फीमेल रोबोट ऑटोमेशन ऐसे ही है ना कुछ नाम.
Yeah, but I think a little bit of thought process is to some extent similar to a mix of Bareilly and Mimi, like Bitti and Mimi, like a little bit, you know, where I think the thought process is a little more strong-headed. So that's that.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, for me, honestly, I think I will be a sum total of all the characters that I've played. Yeah, I won't be able to take one because they're all me.
Are you like Aryan?
Am I like, yeah, of course, there will be certain things that are like Aryan, yeah.
Quite a lot, no?
Not quite a lot, but a few for sure. Like, there is a little bit of me in Aryan for sure.
Hi, my name is Shlok.
Shlok,
First of all,
very sexy voice hai teri, yaar.
thank you so much.
Love it.
Okay. And so my question is for both of you all. So even I want to get into this film industry like as an actor. So you being outside the industry and you also kind of outside the industry, like is there any tip that you would like to give me, like, or anyone who wants to get into this industry to crack, like if there's some crack the code thing to get a role or something?
There is no code, bro. There is no code you can crack. I think the only thing, जो हर कोई बोलता है, I would say the same thing. I think the fact that you need to genuinely want it for the right reasons. Be passionate about what you do. Work on yourself till you get there, because this is the time you will never get. You know, to actually work on yourself, and just believe in yourself. Cut the noise. There will be 10,000 people telling you 10,000 things to do कि ये करोगे तो हो जाएगा, वो करोगे तो हो जाएगा. But you really have to genuinely believe in yourself and work hard. Without hard work, nothing is going to come. And it will happen at the right time. So a lot of patience. Genuinely a lot of patience. There will be a lot of moments where you might just feel like nahi ho raha yaar. You know, or maybe I should just do something else. You have to genuinely, if you really want it, be at it.
And something that you can say.
Why do you want to be an actor?
First of all, I love watching movies and all. Whenever I watch any movie, I like a new actor constantly. So like I actually I portray myself as like I can do better than that actor. I feel at times.
That's in your head. What do you actually do? What do you actually do to learn acting? Like, what do? Do you just watch movies?
No, like yeah, I watch movies and like I have been on a few sets and like seen how actors are before the cameras are rolling.
Yeah, so
and
that's
after
the
camera.
observation part of it.
Yeah.
To execute it, what are you doing?
No, so like I'm in college right now. It's my first year. So like I am being part of some shoots, college shoots, and I'm acting. I've acted in 2 or 3 shoots. So like I'm trying to learn. I'll also take up some courses if possible to like learn acting and all. But like I genuinely want to
Learn acting and all kya hai?
No, like
What else?
learn acting dancing, acting. Everything.
Okay. So I think you are in a phase where you're discovering something that you're infatuated by or that you really, really enjoy. But that's, you love that. Are you good enough for that? You have to work very hard to answer that question, because it's very easy to see something and say, you know, I can be better than this. When you actually go out there and do it, like it's happened with me, you know, आप cricket, I'm a cricket fan, I love cricket, ठीक है? तो जब मैं जर्सी कर रहा था, I was like, मैं तो खेल लूँगा. वो पहली सीजन बॉल पहला ओवर मुझे अभी भी याद है, जब किसी ने आके डाला मुझे, आई वाज लाइक आई नीड 5 minutes, you know. So when you sit on the side and you see something, but when you're actually doing it, it's very different. So you have to, आपको पहले तो अपने अंदर कुछ ऐसा ढूंढना है which is unique about you. Learn to work very, very hard. Be respectful towards everybody else's work. The energy you put out in the universe, if you're highly critical, it comes right back to you. If you're forgiving, if you're kind, then the universe sends that back to you. So be forgiving, be kind, and work very hard on yourself. And I wish you all the best.
That's great advice. Thank you, Shahid. And last question, and then, yeah, we are wrapping up.
Hello, Shahid. Hi, Kriti. I'm
Hello.
Gyana. Actually, my question is for you, Shahid. I really liked watching you in Kabir Singh. Like, it's one of my favorite movies. But now we are seeing you in a romantic movie. Will we be seeing more of this movie from your end?
Which movie? The Kabir Singh type?
No, like romantic movies.
Romantic movies.
Yes.
ये एक अच्छी स्क्रिप्ट लगी मुझे यार, तो मैंने कर ली, मुझे लगा कुछ नया है. रोमांटिक स्क्रिप्ट्स करना चाहते हैं हम भी डिस्कस करते हैं दैट, यू नो, एक करनी चाहिए, बट कहानी अच्छी बहुत मुश्किल होता है आजकल मिलना. यू नो, मैं बहुत सारी स्क्रिप्ट सुनता हूँ और मैं बहुत सारी स्क्रिप्ट सुनता हूँ, लेकिन कुछ नया नहीं होता. तो लव स्टोरीज ऐसी हैं कि वो 4-5 साल में कुछ नई एक मिलती है, तो जब भी मिलेगी मैं करना पसंद करूँगा. बट ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड अच्छा है तो मैं उसको ख़राब नहीं करना चाहता. आई वॉन्ट टू वेट फॉर द राइट वन.
और अच्छी लव स्टोरीज ना बहुत मुश्किल है, रील एंड रियल. सो इट्स रियली रियली टफ टू गेट अ गुड वन.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for answering all the questions so promptly, and thank you very much. Can we have the hampers for them? And thank you for coming, guys, and thank you all for coming.